Hey guys, in this video I wanted to go over some pricing trends that I'm seeing with the new lineup from Sony. So the A6100, A64, and what I'm using to record this video, the A6600. Now in particular, I did a review a couple of months ago on the A6100, and I talked about how for $150 more, you're way better off getting the A6400. Since that video, the A6100 has gone on sale, and now the price difference between these two cameras is pretty significant, so my opinion has changed a little bit. In addition to that, I found an amazing deal on the A6600. I'll give you some more details towards the end of this video. First and foremost, I should say that these prices are current as of today, the end of January, and these are US prices. I know that there are a lot of you who watch my videos all around the world, so these prices may or may not match what you're experiencing in your local economy. So what I'd like to do first is actually go through some of the pricing history, and I've written it down here. We're going to start with the A6100 and then move on to the A64 and A66 because this is interesting and this is not something that I'm used to seeing from Sony. The fact that Sony released two new camera bodies just 2 months ago and now they're dropping the prices on both of those bodies is a bit unusual. When the A6100 was released, the original price was right around $750 to $800. They dropped the price on that, a couple weeks after it was released. So $700, and I'm rounding these numbers, but $700 was the going rate of the A6100. I have a receipt here from B&H. I purchased the A6100 for a whopping $698. I don't know if you can see that or not, which at the time I thought was a decent deal. So now if we pull up Amazon, you can see that the A6100 with the kit lens is $698. Now if you don't need the kit lens, if you don't want to buy it with a kit lens, the body only is $598, so $600, which means since its release date, this camera has dropped between $150 to $200 over the course of 2 months. And at $600, the A6100 is quite a deal now. When I did the review video of the A6100, this camera was only about $150 less than the A6400, and I talked about how the A6400 was a much better value. Now the sacrifices that you are making with the A6400, really you can narrow down to 5 things. Number one, you have a plastic body instead of the magnesium body of the A6400 and A6600. Number two, there is no weather sealing with this camera. Number three, you lose the resolution, the higher resolution of the electronic viewfinder. The fourth thing is there's no auto white balance lock. So it's a feature that allows you to lock the auto white balance if you're recording a continuous video, such as what I'm doing right now, and you're dealing with natural light, such as what we're dealing with now. It's nice to have that feature on the A6600 because I know that my white balance will stay somewhat consistent throughout the course of this video that I'm going to be chopping up and editing. The last sacrifice that you're making with the A6100 is there are no picture profiles in this camera. So if you shoot a lot of video and you want more control over color grading, I would still recommend going with the A6400 or the A6600. But if you don't record a lot of video, or even when you do record video, you never color grade, then the lack of picture profiles may not be a huge deal for you. But beyond that, these two cameras are virtually identical. You get the same great Sony color science. Skin tones look amazing with this new line of cameras. You get the same autofocus that's very quick, very accurate. You get unlimited video recording, and now overheating is a non-issue with these small camera bodies. I think that at $600, you really can't go wrong with this camera, especially if you're just starting out and this is maybe your first mirrorless camera, or maybe you're transitioning from a DSLR to a smaller bodied camera, or maybe you're even upgrading from something like the A6000. This is a noticeable, significant upgrade, and again, for the money, there's not really much out there that would beat this. So now let's talk about the A6400, which is a bit unusual. So the A6400 is the oldest camera in the lineup, but it's still really the same generation of camera from Sony. So it's been out for about a year. When it was released, it was $900. Months later, it was still $900. And to this day, A6400 on Amazon, body only, $900. So unlike the prices on the other two cameras, the price on the A6400 has not changed since its release. So $900 versus $600, what are my thoughts? The thing is for $300 or with the kit lens, you're looking at $400. you can buy a very nice Sigma lens for your A6100 that's going to get you much better results than A6400 and the kit lens. So I think it's much more reasonable if you are starting out and you're willing to sacrifice those 5 things that I mentioned earlier in this video to save the $300 and get the A6100. It's still a great camera, and at the end of the day, it's going to give you the exact same results if you're just using these cameras for photography. The portraits coming out of the A6100 with a good lens looks simply amazing. So the last thing that I want to talk about in this video is the A6600. Now, that camera, similar to the A6100, has dropped in price pretty significantly. When it was released, it was $1,400 for the camera body. And that's why so many people, especially online, reviewed it so poorly. It was a very expensive camera. Many people were talking about how it was so close to the price of the A7 III, you might as well go full frame. But since the release of the A6600, it has seen a price drop. The A6600, there are a couple of varieties. You can get a whole bunch of accessories with it, but just the basic body only is $1,198. So $1,200, which is, again, $200 less than what it was when it was initially released, which is a good thing. However, I found something that actually blew my mind. Now, apparently B&H has an education program. So if you are a student, you can enroll in this program and you get discounts on certain gear on B&H. So look at this deal right here. I mean, I have it pulled up and I honestly still cannot believe it. The EDU special on B&H, you can get a Sony A6600 camera body, just the body, for $918. That is $500 off the original price when it was released just 2 months ago. Honestly, less than 2 months ago. You're saving $500 already. Sony has not discounted the A6400 at all over the last year, but they are dropping the price, and now you can pick up one of these things with a student discount. I'll post a link down below if you guys are students. I'm not sure if this applies outside of the US, but I know that it does work in the US, so definitely check that out if you are in the market for an A6600. And this is depressing to see because I have my B&H receipt right here, and the A6600, I paid $1,300 for my A6600, which is disappointing. But that is it for this video. Hope you guys found that useful. Let me know if you guys have any other deals that pop up on these cameras. That is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all of your likes, comments, and support. Stay tuned for more, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.